It's not working. Channel. No, I don't want this right now. Go away. That's what I want. Network error. What? Why is I'm recording, right? Am I? Yeah, I am. Let's test the audio. Check, check, 1, 2. There we go. Okay. Mute that. Bum 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 bum. I'm not ready yet, so not ready. Chat on video. Collapse. Well, now I want to chat. How do I get the chat to work? Why is the chat not working? Okay, I understand how this works. Chat is being stupid. Let's look on either Twitch way. Because if I can't see the chat, then this is pointless. Do I even have Twitch on my phone anymore? Nope. Gotta download it. Tantastic. La 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 la. Alright, let's see if I can go to quit trying to finish my sandwiches. Let's go to creator dashboard. Maybe I can see the chat there. And then I don't have to use it on my phone because my phone's being stupid today. Hi? Yeah, I don't want to get angry. Let's see if that works. I have no idea. Oh, okay, that shows one message, so that works there. Let's see, let's go to... Okay, let's go. 1 second, folks. I'm having technical difficulties. I don't know if it's technical difficulties, but just having difficulties. Okay, slow, 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 slow. Yeah, it's just horrible. Just plain horrible. Rolling, rolling. Something about my doggies rolling. Jibba jabba jabby jolin'. I need a shameless plug. Hey, Sir Ryan Straubby is here. Yes, yes, yes. All right. Well, now that Ryan's here, we're good to go. There's not much else that needs to be said or done. Let me just share this with one more Discord group. I don't have any idea how long I'm going to be on here, but I'm just going to play as long as humanly possible. Board talk, blah, blah, blah. Alright. Is this going to be the tutorial run so I can be less noob-like? Yes, sir. I am going to make a new save. Let me just move my current save over, make sure it's backed up twice. Okay, two copies over there. I can't lose. They're both exactly the same, and I will not lose the other 2 copies. Okay, so that's the active one. We're going to play normal mode. We're going to see it from the beginning. So from the beginning, you obviously have 3 options to choose from. You can choose a bow and arrow, a sword, and bow and arrow, sword, and a shield. Shield is my least favorite, though I've heard that shields help a lot for shields help a whole lot for blocking. And later in the game, when you get in the upper difficulties, the shield is your best friend. Shouldn't you be on your way? All right, fine. Now, when I first started this game, I automatically went to the bow because I like to keep my distance. Dodging, so I'm not going to show you the shield yet. We're going to hold off on the shield. I'm going to show you my way to play. It involves using the doors to knock people out. It involves a lot of rolling. It involves a lot of slamming to the ground and slicing people. I cannot climb yet. Now with the shield guy, oh look, there's the ice shield. Ice is very important. You wanna hit and move. You don't wanna just camp out and slam the mash button or slam the swing the sword button. You wanna, every time you get in the air too, you wanna slam down on folks. And you wanna use the door as much as possible. I don't have the wall climbing. That's annoying. Okay. And you always wanna use your right stick to scope out what's going on below, because especially with those guys that throw crap at you. I love how they have no melee, so I can just hit them in the face. It's fantastic. Keep an eye out on the walls. My recommendation, when you play the first round, like the first level, the prison area, you can duck that guy. When you play this first area, don't unlock any scrolls. Just run around, see what weapons you get, all that jazz. Hey, what's up, Hoffa? Hoffa's also here to hang out. Food is good. I have my food set on fruit, because I like fruit. I'm in Brazil. We're all about that fruit. And it's good to just leave it. Come back to it later. You never know if you're going to get hit. Teleportation, also important, as you know. So you see, you just wait. They won't see you through the door. That's hitting people, slamming down on people, and everything is like the most important thing you can do. Now, you see there see how he see the exclamation point above their heads? That is very vital to not getting hit. If you pay attention to the exclamation point, you will most likely never get hit. Now, eventually you'll get the timing down for them, and it won't matter. So, always pay attention to timing. Now, cursed chests. These are catch-22. Now, if you really want to be sly about this, I'm going to also teach you save scumming. Ryan already uses save scumming. But once you get your cursed chest, stick your foot in there. Twin daggers early on, very good weapon. They hit pretty strong, and the third hit is a critical hit. I have no idea how much it is, but it's definitely better than that stupid rusty sword. Get the money and get the scroll. Now, I don't know what scroll I want to get yet, because I don't know what weapons are being offered, but red is generally a good base level to start with, so I'm going to go red, and we'll see what happens with it. So I get red. Now when you get these scrolls, you want to stack them on one color. You do not want to spread it around. You're going to get health no matter what, and so don't worry about what gives you the highest health. Now, when you get a little higher in the levels, it is good to bump up your HP a little bit before you fight the Hand of the King. So anyways, save scumming. So you start, hit left, quit, X twice. My chat's still working, I don't know. Sometimes my chat does not work in Brazil because it's stupid. Okay, you press up, hit the save slot, you hit square, copy. now I have a copy. If in this active save I die, I can always copy this save over top of the one where I died, hit circle, X twice, and you go right back. Yes, I do have the latest update. I have the latest update, but I'm starting a brand new save so you can see a noob way to beat it on the first go through. Even my son is here with me, and he's learning how to play. He definitely wants to play someday. So anyways, back to the drawing board. Hopefully you caught all that. If you didn't, go back and watch the beginning of the video. So we're here. We've committed to red, so every chance we have to get red, you get red, regardless of how much HP it gives you. Purple will give you the coolest, I think the coolest weapons, but it gives you the lowest HP. Red gives you the next highest HP overall, and then green is the best for HP and healing. So if you really just want to become a tank, you use, I don't have this power yet. You really want to become a tank, you use green. If you want to be an offensive powerhouse, you use red. If you want to avoid direct contact, this is what we want right here, the wolf trap, but I did red, so I can't show you the wolf trap. Fail on my part, sorry. I'll do green next time. If you want to stay at a distance and not go near people, I'm probably going to do one run of each color for you guys over the course of this week. If you want to use purple, will help you keep a distance because it has a lot of traps. Can't believe I haven't run anyone yet. Alright, ice grenade is good for now. I'm just going to use it because it gives me ice powers and I have nothing to go with until I get a red thing. Well, see that? He's still... So, these guys are probably going to be one-hit kill because... Oh no, that's two-hit. Oh, there we go, a little bomb. Oh, you see that above? That's the electric whip. I love the electric whip. I guess I could use the... Another thing you can do is... Alright, I am gonna do... So, here's something that's very important to pay attention to. When you're looking at your... Look up here. When you're looking at your DPS, that's your damage per second. That's very important. You want as high as possible. And then also below your weapons, you can see where you have perks that are added to it. Now my twin daggers are ++, so they have some perks. Colorless, which means it can apply to any one of the scrolls. So if I upped my purple, the twin daggers would still work. It would be a purple weapon. If I did green, so on and so forth. Critical hits, it ups it to 20% above the normal critical hit damage, which is really good. And then victims emit a toxic cloud when they die, meaning everyone else that survives my hits are poisoned, which becomes very important later on when you're stacking your perks and you're synchronizing all your damage. The electric whip on the right is very important because it gets through shields and it hits really fast. So, and you can also use it in the air. It'll automatically target everything. So when you get hit by birds and stuff, it's awesome. I love it because it keeps you in the air a long time when you're using it. It's considered a melee, or no, it's considered a projectile. It's not melee, even though you use it like a melee. It's not. It's considered a whatever melee is, or the opposite of melee is. I cannot remember in this second what the opposite of melee is. So anyways, if you guys have any questions anytime while I'm playing this, please ask. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible. Promenade of the Condemned is probably where we're going to go. But at this point in the game, you want to explore everywhere, look at your map, see what you missed. There's a turret down there, which I am gonna get so that you can see. Oh, dodge. You want to always dodge. Now, if you had a shield, you could block that projectile and it would bounce back at him. Now, see, 30 times. You can see right now my hit streak is 30 times without getting hit. At this point, for the first level, you will get a special... Oh, I can't use that yet. You will get a special... You will get a special move. Not a move, that's not right. Oh, I can't even get that freaking turret. Okay. You will get a special door to open when you have 30 consecutive hits, or you do the level in 2 minutes or less. There is nowhere else I can go because I do not have the Vine move, which is, you know, a part of being a noob, so check, check. I'm going to occasionally write in the chat to make sure everything's working. Oh, it won't let me cash it in yet. I have to get that power. So, in the future, you'll unlock a perk where you can cash that in or use it. I still have 100% of my life, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, back here. Let's go back here to see if there's anything we can buy. I do not have enough money. So, the turret is really good. I'm going to use that even though I don't really like... I'm not a grenade guy. I think the cooldown is way too long. You can see on the bottom it's 18 seconds is the cooldown time. I'm going to use the sinew slicer because it gives me... You can see below it gives me bleeding damage, which when it hits people it does 25 damage every 1.5 seconds, and then it does 13 damage per second for bleeding every 1.5 seconds, which is really important for taking out. And then it has biters crawl from the dead, which come out, and they're also very deadly. Okay, carrying on. I'm guessing you guys aren't asking questions because you're so enthralled with my knowledge. Just kidding. All right, on to the next area. I'm done being a silly face. Next thing I'm going to do is start talking in third person. Well, what Lucas usually does when he's playing this game is... Never mind. Okay, I'm done. Alright, so the door opens because I got 30 kills. So glad I got that. You get lots of money. You get cells, which are super important. And you also get... So, I wasted my money. I could have gotten a sinew slicer, which would have done bleeding and poison. Throwing knife is also very important. Thank you, Hafa, for the compliment on the explanation of all the details. I'll try to work on my Portuguese version of this for the future. Okay, so this is the other thing you need to learn is sometimes it's best if you get this door to open, don't buy anything in the first level. I did because I didn't know what would be down here. Since I already have a turret, I'm not going to buy it again, but this one is really good because it causes bleeding and poison, which is so important when you start to stack your perks. So I'm going to get the throwing knife. 1, because it's more bleeding, and 2, because it gives 50% damage when you're at max HP, which is going to be my plan most of the time. In terms of power, I would normally want to keep... Oh, but it gives me the extra. So, here's the other thing you need to decide. I would normally keep the electric whip, but it has no perks, and the twin daggers give me the +1 scroll, which gives me an additional scroll outside of what I collect. So... I'm getting rid of the electric whip, though I love it very much. I wouldn't say love it. I like it a lot. So, that's what I'm going to do. Now, when you come to the collector. Hello, collector. This guy is very important. He gives you all your weapons, your upgrades. Noob thing to do first, always unlock the health flask. If you have a health flask that's available to unlock, unlock it, sorry. I don't need it, but I just want to show you that that's important. Gold reserves is good. It gives you a good base. I'm not going to use money on that now, but I am going to use money. Crud. I wanted to use recycling, but I can't do that. So we're going to unlock some weapons. One thing I recommend is that... Hey, what's up, Barnaby? Yeah, I have not been... haven't seen you in a while, my good sir. I have not been streaming for a while. One, because I've been around my family 24/7, and it's just not good time to stream. And nobody's up at 5 in the morning. Actually, I think Hafa would probably be around at 5 in the morning, because it would be 8 in the morning for him. But for the most part, streaming at 5 in the morning doesn't get me a lot of American friends. But yeah, just running a little Dead Cell tutorial. Glad you could join. Alright, so... Oh, stupid ad. I was just saying that I'm glad you're here, and I'm doing a Dead Cells tutorial. That is all. For now. But yeah, so... and unlocking, especially at the beginning, unlock all your flasks as you can. Gold reserves, I mean, it's good for giving you a good base, but it's not that important. Recycling is very important. I definitely recommend you unlock that. Again, shields. Shields are good to learn for later difficulty levels, but if you're doing only doing the first difficulty and you just want to beat the first difficulty, I wouldn't worry about shields until like the second or third level. Even then, I still don't use shields that much. But all your offensive stuff, get it. This is a sword that causes bleeding, which is good and important. I'm gonna unlock, this is another thing that's good, is your random starter weapon. You don't really want the standard weapons at the beginning. You really want to unlock these so that you can start with a random unlockable weapon, which is always better. I'm not going to do this here because I'm just going to get it naturally. And then the other thing you want to do is recycling to give you money so you can buy more stuff. Alright, I'll have to leave to pick up the kids, but I will watch it afterwards because I really want to be able to finish the game, and this tutorial is top. Thank you so much, Hafa. This is actually really fun. I've never done a tutorial and actually talked about a lot of the knowledge I have of this game, which is maybe sadly very expansive. And I know a lot. Alright, so here's the thing. I just unlocked this blood sword, and another tip, which you may or may not remember, but if there are some really good weapons that you want to unlock, you can take the cell level all the way to 1 and then wait to unlock it before a boss fight, because that'll give you the most powerful version of the weapon at that moment. Yeah, no worries, Ryan. Sorry you guys have to leave, but I understand life. I will record as much as I can, say as much as I can, and archive this. Maybe make a Dead Cells folder on YouTube and all that jazz so you guys can watch it later. But so I unlocked this blood sword. It would be great to add more bleeding damage, but you can see in the DPS it's only 266 and my twin daggers are 780. I already have 2 things doing bleeding damage, so it's not necessary. I would recycle it, but I don't have that ability yet, so I just have to leave it. Alright, this is your mutation guy. He is very, very important. Your early level mutations that are very important, I would say noob move number 1, get Igdor Oris Leox. It is super, super, super important because it gives you an extra life. Dead Inside is the other one I like to use, but only right before the Hand of the King, because, or like the last couple levels, because it is very, you can't use food, so healing is much more difficult unless you do green, which gives you necromancy. Green is survival, I think, is what the technical name of it is. Necromancy is really good because with every kill you get back some health. Very important. If you like to use bows, 2 times the ammo is good for bosses, but otherwise not that important. Again, I hardly ever use shields, so Blind Faith I hardly ever use. Hunter's Instinct is okay when you have a long cooldown item that you need to use, and you're using bows as well. For the sake of this time, I am going to use them using red. So do I want to do up my DPS? Reduces cooldown. I want to up my DPS, so I'm going to use combo. Alright, and then also note that you can reset. I usually reset right before I fight the bigger bosses to move around my mutations. It's only 1,000, which is pretty cheap. And then of course, I don't need that, but this is also an important little thing in the game. Alright, Promenade of the Condemned. And my daughter has joined the stream. I know you can't see us. I do have a camera in the mail, or at least at somebody's house. Alright, so I'm going to try to do one more level to show you guys where it's at. So you go into a battle. I can't do anything there. Now when you approach the battle, you see I have a turret. You can drop that and just camp below and put yourself out of harm's way altogether. That's one of the cool things about that. I can just throw it down here, not get hurt. This is the only thing, well, it's not the only thing. This is the single best thing about purple, or I don't even know what purple's called. I'll just call it purple for the sake of it's just easier to do. Is with purple, you can drop and throw. Now in later levels, later difficulties, they will teleport to you, and there's no way to avoid damage. That's why purple becomes not as effective in later. Now you do have to stay close to your turret. Also, your turret becomes almost like a bad guy, or becomes almost like an extension of you, and you will be attacked. Now, what we need to do is we need to kill this guy to make. You had to kill that little totem to make everybody not have shields. I can't do anything with that. I don't need it. Let's see. So, again, you want to, I can go in here, throw this down, and then go to the other side. Kill that guy. As long as you stay near the turret, you're good. Okay. That guy's gonna see me. I'm just gonna slice him up twice. Ooh, that guy, okay, so just a reminder, the double knife guy teleports. He's one of the few that does it. So you want to always, you can maybe get one swipe in, but for the most time when he teleports to you, you need to dodge behind him and then whack him in the back of the head. Is the best way to handle him. Alright, now, I'm not doing purple, but at this moment, this would be a hard decision if I were doing purple. For the sake of this playthrough, I kind of want to just grab this and not worry about it. No, I'm going to save it for a purple playthrough. So, we'll get to that one. Another playthrough. I really want to show you how to get to red. I just got whacked by this stupid... Okay. The traps in this game, easily the most annoying thing about the game. Though, I understand why they put it in there. Oops. I didn't do that right. You gotta definitely... Alright, we got a little foot gear. We got our next scroll. I'm gonna do red again. You want to stack them, stack them, stack them. Yes, the purple. So the colors are the color basis of the weapons, and the reason they have colors is they're connected to the scrolls you picked up. Like I just picked up a scroll and applied it to red. All weapons have either one or two colors that give them more power and up their effectiveness. So like my twin daggers, my throwing knife, and my infantry grenade all are red. So every time I pick up a red scroll, it will up the power of it. And these, I think brutal is the name for red, and then tactics is purple, and green is survival. But I just like to go by the colors because that's easier to remember. And so these guys are all shielded. Will not help me to attack them. Now you notice I'm not using my powers very much just because I don't have to. I should be doing it so that you can see examples. But you want to hit first. So one thing you want to do is when you have a weapon like this throwing knife is not very powerful, but when you throw it first, it will give you damage when you're not even doing anything. And you just want to throw it real quick and then use your melee. You got to remember to use all your weapons at your disposal. If you don't use them, you're just robbing yourself of more damage. And if you just whack people over and over again with like just your sword, it will not be as effective. And again, roll constantly. Uh-oh. You'll get the timing of the bad guys. I'm making it look a little easier because I've played this game so much. So this time I don't have red available because that's the one I'm going for, but it doesn't, some scrolls only offer one. Yeah, no worries, Barnaby Mares, about asking questions that I've already mentioned. I did talk about it, but I will always talk about it again because it's like foundational to this game. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and do what you got to do. Step out. But again, when it doesn't offer the main scroll you're going for, you want to do whatever one gives you the highest HP. So this one gives me 70 HP, which will be very important. And I see I did a mistake there. I didn't slam down. You always slam down because it'll stun them and you just need to make that second nature stunning people. Now, when I do this level, I like to, okay, I can't do this yet. I like to go through the whole upper section and then double back and go below to, that's just the way I like to do it. Especially when you start to do speed runs, it helps to do it this way. Alright. I'm going in here. This is where I'm going to get my power to... Okay, this is when you get your first elite. See, the elites are stronger versions of normal enemies. And so that gave me... elites, especially in the higher difficulties, are a bear to take down. Like, it's nuts. Now I can use this. So, those are elites. We'll see more of those, so I can talk more about elites later. Alright, now I can use this, and I can climb this and go to the next area. Now, when I die, or when I finish my first playthrough, I'll be able to go back to where I started. I'll be able to go back to the first level, and I'll be able to explore new areas with it, so that's nice, which some of you already know about, but if you're a new person, to it, then that's, the lesson I'll offer you. Okay, so I need to get up there. He's covered in a shield sometimes. Not gonna get me with your little... Now the daggers are also, these dagger things are also good because they automatically aim at people. Alright, so fire grenade, that's our first fire item, very important. I'll definitely unlock that. Let's see, throwing. I still need to get a second shoulder item that's gonna help me. It's gonna help me kill stuff. And because I mean the turret's nice. You got to see the turret, but I'll show you more of that when I do a purple playthrough. I don't have the power to break that yet, which is a bummer because that's also good. You'll get the timing down of these. Again, you just got to do it over and over again. They have weak ankles, so they always die when they fall. Well, unless they're really high-powered guys. I can't. Did I miss a gem? Thank you, son. And then you got some of those guys that back off. Where'd I miss the gem? Let's look. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get that gem. I don't have the way to throw my head, so it's not going to work. Eventually, you're going to get the power to throw your head at stuff, which is pretty gross, but it's a sprite game, so it's not that bad. Alright, so we run all the way down. We can't access this yet because we don't have that power. So now that we've run to the end of the level, also there's usually, when you go up here, this is the actual end of the level. So I could actually exit there, but I'm not going to because we got things to do. We have the, there's always an item here or money. I'm not doing green and I can't cash it in, so I'm not going to use it. But just wanted to show you that. Okay, so now that we've explored the whole thing, now you can see there's underground levels, and I will show you those underground levels in the next installment of this tutorial. So for now, I'm going to quit. I'm going to back up my save because that's what we do. And you can see I'm beginning the game to show you. This is where I am, 117 runs. These are all the things you're going to unlock. I'm working on 4 and 5 BC, which are the 2 hardest levels. Yeah, so this concludes part 1 of Hambone's tutorial. Thanks, kids, for joining us. Thanks, Barnaby, Ryan, Hafa, and whoever else joined. Appreciate it, and I will be back later to show you more in the future. Until then, ate mais, and Deus abençoe.